During today's coffee break, I'm spilling the beans on the why, what, and where to pre-love shopping. So grab your cup and let's dig in. What's up, my friends? Thanks for tuning in. I'm Tanya, and for those that don't know me, I like to buy nice things, but I don't like to pay full price. Now, if you're a deal hunter too, then this is definitely the place for you. Here you'll get videos from me every Wednesday sharing my latest strategies on luxury shopping, fabulous finds, and how to build your own collection. We all work hard, and I think we deserve nice things, so let's make this a fun place to share the best information and to save for that big splurge day. But before we dive in, make sure you give that subscribe button some love so you never miss out on any of my luxury finds. So, pre-love. This can be really controversial, and then you might ask, why even bother shopping pre-loved? But I can come up with so many different reasons why pre-loved is a good option. I've built a greater part of my own personal collection from the pre-loved market. And honestly, my items will have a greater return should I ever choose to part with them. Remember, everything that I say here is my own opinion, and I am not in any way saying that my shopping experiences or my past experiences on the pre-loved market will be the same experiences that you have. So results are not always the same. I just want to make sure I throw that out there. This is simply me sharing with you some information in my opinion. Let's get to the why. First is sustainability, okay? So shopping pre-loved is a sustainable practice. You are preventing items, tangible items, by giving them a second chance, preventing them from ending up in landfills. Also, by purchasing or reusing an item, you are cutting down on carbon emissions. So if sustainability is important to you, that's a really important reason to shop pre-loved. Second are the cost savings. I mean, you save a lot of money for something that's timeless and it's more affordable. Also, if you ever choose to resell it, you're probably going to get closer, if not the same amount that you paid, but very much close to it by choosing to shop it on pre-loved. Vintage items or limited edition items. You might be able to hunt down that item that you have been searching for. The pre-loved market doesn't focus on new designs. So if there is an item that is out there that's no longer available, finding it on the pre-loved market is probably your best option. And lastly, quality assurance. Okay, these items have stood the test of time, y'all. They have been worn, they've been used, someone's had their hands in them, they've been thrown in cars, they've been taken out and about, and they still look great. So they have proven to you how high quality of an item they are. So quality assurance and cost savings are my top two reasons. Now, what you need to know is that patience is a virtue. And I am probably one of the most impatient people in the world. But when you're shopping pre-loved, you have to be ready. You have to know it's going to take time. It's going to be a lot of searching, a lot of scrolling, adding a lot of items to your wish list, and a lot of comparisons. So you have to be very patient. And then you also have to prepare yourself to be disappointed. And what I mean by disappointed is that you are going to lose items on your wish list. I have seen countless items sold out from underneath me from sitting on my wish list because I am trying to find that perfect item. There are options that you need to make sure that you have in place. So you have to have your list of absolute must-haves that come with this item or the condition it has to be in, and I'm not willing to budge on these. Or you have your list of, okay, well, I'm willing to go without this if I find the right item. So you want to make sure all your checks and balances are in place, because if you don't and you give in on something that was a must-have for you, you're never going to be happy with that purchase. So I have a ton of items that are similar to each other on my wish list because I'm going back and forth on and comparing what the inclusions are, the condition, so many different reasons. You have your own that you build. And so I have seen so many items that I wanted, and then next thing you know, they were sold. But you know, I'm sitting on it. I'm the one that's taking my time. So someone else, that was someone else's treasure that they found. I also recommend that you join everything. Now you have to be prepared that your inbox is going to be flooded. Okay, so I don't know if you want to start a separate email account for that, but I say join all the email lists that you can of different pre-loved sellers. And the reason I say that is because it keeps you up to date. One, if it's a company that provides coupon codes, they are going to send you coupon codes, or if they're running a sale, promotion, any of that, you will be in the know and know it immediately. And you might be able to jump on that item before someone else does that's sitting in your wish list along with 50 other wish lists. So, I recommend that. And then it also recognizes your past searches. So what they do is they send emails to you with similar items from your past search, and it brings it to, you know, front and center. So you're not searching page after page to find that item. It's actually there for you. Their algorithms, computer programs all find that for you and send it to you, and then it can be another item to compare. I recommend joining everything. And then lastly, ask questions. Okay, remember, these are preloved items, guys. So ask tons of questions. Ask for a lot of pictures and then some more. Okay, you want to make sure that your interpretation of this item matches exactly the item that you receive. Okay, if you are purchasing from someone and this seller is hesitant to answer your questions or to provide more images, red flag, and on to the next. You want to make sure that everything matches. Now, where, this could be an entire topic of its own, and I'll probably do another video on where, but for the purposes of today's chat, I am going to give you 3 options that I've had great experience with. And again, okay, this is my personal experience. These are my shopping experiences. These are my results. It does not mean that yours will be the same. So I just want to make sure that full transparency here, that just because I had a great experience does not mean that your experience will mirror mine. So first, I want to talk about eBay. I do like eBay. eBay does take a lot of time though. I do a lot of filtering on eBay because I have found that there are just as many people that have malicious intent that are reputable on eBay. So my rule of thumb is I always check seller feedback. This is a good way to see, okay, is this person an actual seller, number one? 2, you know, how many items have they sold? What is their what is their feedback percentage? You know, do they continue to have great feedback from different purchases to different people? So that is very helpful on eBay. eBay also stands by their authenticity, which will also be another video because that is authentication is a whole subject in itself. So we will probably get into more in-depth conversations about authentication in the future. But eBay really stands by their authenticity practice, and they are also taking out ads in Vogue magazine. So I know that they're really ramping up and trying to become a big player in the pre-loved market. Second is Rue La La. I love Rue La La. I buy so many brand new items through Rue La La because they have such great sales and great sale finds, and they share that because I joined their email list. But they also source pre-loved items as well. So it's a company that I can shop with peace of mind, and I just recommend them. And lastly is probably the most recognized company here in the United States is Fashion File. So Fashion File, I know a lot of people are aware of who Fashion File is. They have a huge inventory, a huge selection. Their process is also supposed to give the shopper peace of mind. However, I have noticed that Fashion File recently has entered into a very robust marketing campaign, and I don't know what that means. Now, marketing is never a bad thing, but I know that they've changed what they're doing. They've also changed some policies, and their biggest policy is their return policy. And their return policy is now that you have, I think, 12 to 15 days to return an item without penalty, okay? But that takes effect when they ship the item to you. So it could take you 8 days to get an item, and that 8 days is part of that 12 to 15 day turnaround. So I had a problem with that, and I wrote Fashion File a letter and expressed my concerns and wanted to know. I had asked them, hey, look, before I decide to purchase from you again, I want assurance that the item that I am purchasing, that the images that you have shown are that actual item. So when I'm reviewing the pictures, because to me they are part of the item description, so when I review those pictures, I know that those pictures are that item that I'm going to get, and that my interpretation of your description matches exactly the item that comes here. So they assured me that yes, they do. Actually, I have their response right here. Let me just read it so I don't get it wrong. They said, thank you for reaching out to Fashion File, blah, blah, blah. In the event you receive an item that was not in the listed condition, we are happy to review it and waive the return fee. Okay, so they will review it. Well, I'm going to review it too. So I recommend lots of documentation, guys. Then they further go on to say, I recommend working with our personal shoppers as they are wonderful with reviewing items. Our personal shoppers bring the person and personal. And then it goes on to talk about, the virtual style experts, what this personal shopping assistant experience includes, what to expect, and so forth. Okay, that's great. Thank you. They did respond to me in a timely manner. I was very appreciative of that, but I don't want to go through a personal shopper. I have my own way of shopping on the pre-loved market, and some of that was disclosed earlier in this talk. So I don't want to feel pressure from someone, and I don't want to have to work through another person to make this an even longer experience for me. I know my process, what I'm looking for. Now, I'm not saying that this personal shopping experience is bad. I have never used it. This could be a great option, and it could be exactly what you're looking for. So if that sounds appealing to you, I recommend looking into the personal shopping experience from Fashion File. So there you have it, my why, what, and where. So what are your thoughts about shopping on the pre-loved market? Do you have reservations or don't have reservations? I would love to have an open dialogue in the comments section about shopping pre-loved and what your thoughts are. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. Now, don't forget to be on the lookout for my future videos. There are so many topics for us to cover, including authenticity and other pre-loved options. I will also, any bags that I unbox here, I'm going to do reviews on those. I'm going to share, what works, what doesn't, how practical the bags really are. I'm also going to do a video on my personal tips and tricks on how I find all the great deals. So be sure to stay tuned in so you don't miss out on any of these videos. Now, if you made it this far and still haven't subscribed, please give that subscribe button some love and tap that bell notification so you never miss out on any of these video options. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please be sure to give this video a thumb up. It truly helps. I'll see you in the next deal hunt. Bye for now.